Whoops. Oh, you have to press his earphones so I can hear myself. Anyway, sorry. Hello, everyone. So, I got a lovely message yesterday from a very knowledgeable gentleman on the channel. You know who you are. And I'd expressed in a Mark Lanigan and Screaming Trees separate reactions that I really wanted to know more about this gentleman. And I was sent just a lovely sort of route map to begin further exploration of this artist, which I enjoyed incredibly with Screaming Trees. I enjoyed incredibly on his own, and I still remember vividly listening to it and being blown away by the deep way in which he evokes thoughts and feelings when I was listening to those songs. And I'm going to start off with Eyes of a Child, which is from his first solo album, The Winding Trees. The Winding Sheet. Sorry, guys, you know what I mean. Just, it's early Sunday. And I don't know what to expect, but I expect to be thought-provoked. So I'm going at this fresh. I'm going at this keen. And I hope you'll all stick with me, because this requires intense listening. Well, I suspect it will. It's not a particularly long song, 4 minutes. So it's got that radio-friendly length. So let's see. Mark Lanigan, Eyes of a Child.
Of a child, and it won't be real. Eyes neither hateful or cruel, no lies concealed. As I
just my immediate thoughts. It's just not hard work, you know. He opens up with the first verse, and it's the acoustic element, his gravelly voice, which I've talked about. It made me think of as I go into gravelly voice. How's that? There's no one anyway. So that gravelly voice, but it's very audible. It's very clearly enunciated, very melodic. When you put in the melodic tone of his vocals, then you add that acoustic element. I'm there, guys. I'm now listening to the song intently. Yeah.
While the shame in your heart remains,
Sorry, that was beautiful. I want to listen to that sort of lead rhythm, sort of bridge, if you like, between verse 1 and 2. That was just beautiful. You can hear it, right? The rhythm is accompanied, in that 4/4, and you've got that little over-the-top lead going on, both acoustic. It's beautiful. Let me just try and find that again.
child in pain tonight. Tears that are bled on you from the
does.
Through the eyes of a child, and it won't be real. I have loved your eyes, neither hateful nor cruel, no lies concealed. We could have wandered, we could stray, but the shame has remained, has remained, has remained. It has remained.
Wow. Just musically for me and me only. If you resonate, great. So simple. You know, that kind of campfire element, not to denigrate it, but just an acoustic, couple of acoustics and a kind of a poet singing a song to you. That's the visual I've got, and you're all just sat enthralled, you know? And his voice, it demands that you listen, but it doesn't force its way into your brain. You kind of meet halfway, if that makes sense. You know, it doesn't assault your senses. You're like, oh, okay, that's a lovely melodic tone. I can engage. It's what I did in the song. You know, I've stopped at the end and once, basically, because I was hearing it and experiencing it and feeling it. And then you look at the lyrics. It's kind of around that existential philosophy, that introspection. When you see the eyes through the world of a child, you can move on, but the shame remains when you don't do that, if that makes sense. If you don't hold on to your innocence and your ability to look at things fresh and new and with nuance, then that's kind of like, that's where you, as an adult, you fail, you know, and it just is. You know, I don't have answers. I don't pretend to have answers. When you look at the world through the eyes of a child, it's like when they see magic. It really is, because they're seeing it for the first time. Everything a child experiences when they open their eyes, they're seeing it for the first time. You've seen it a billion times. That's why it's in wonderment, you know? And that kind of, this song reminds me of that. Deeply nuanced lyrics, but the message for me is, you know, don't forget, you can look at the world through the eyes of a child and not feel shame, and you won't feel pain, and it won't be, you know, have that sense of wonderment. Look into yourself to find that inner child, if you like. Pop psychology, in some sense, from my perspective. I'm talking pop psychology. But then, as I'm thinking, I'm drifting off. Who do I think of? Who else do I want to go and listen to? Well, now I want to go and listen to Bookend and the Boxer by Simon and Garfunkel. You know, they're very thoughtful in their prime, thought-provoking, introspective singer-songwriters, beautiful lyrics, quite often simple acoustic implementation of the song. And I can hear it. I'm not saying he's trying to be Simon and Garfunkel, but I guarantee you he would have enjoyed them. No, I can't guarantee you, but I'd be surprised if he hadn't listened to their songs and just enjoyed them, like, you know, a few hundred other million people that have. And he's such a surprise to me as an artist. And it's a shame that I didn't know him, but now I do. And it was Dave who sent me the message. Thank you. Beautiful song, beautiful acoustic melody, really thought-provoking, deeply satisfying lyrical song. Yeah. I will keep going with this guy because for me, that's one of the vehicles that I have the channel for, so I can explore music and share it with you. And then you can also ask me to explore other songs and I'll share that with you. Great. Loved it. Take care, everybody.